Hi, this is Sunati Madhu. I've come up with another video. This time, the video is on movie review, and the movie name is Kara, released on 20th May 2026. And you can watch this movie in OTT platform Netflix. Kara is I think Malayalam movie, has been dubbed in Hindi, and is has been acted by none other than Dhanush, very renowned actor, and another actress, Mamita. So basically, as you know, Dhanush comes up with newer storylines and very innovative storylines, as out of the box storylines, and people who have followed Dhanush's movie over the years would appreciate this movie as well. So Kara revolves around a typical character who is a thief, and he has become a thief not by choice but by compulsion. So he did not have any proper educational background through which he can earn money. So he was a thief, and luckily, being a thief, he has been supported by a girl. Ultimately, he would be marrying her. So very simple story. Wife supporting, initially would be supporting a thief, and later on she would be convincing him to leave his this activity and try to follow a honest activity. So as time passes, his wife will be to convincing enough uh, to pursue him to open a restaurant in city, but for that he needs some money, and he did not have any money as such after the marriage. So what he would do, since his wife has forced him to pursue a honest path, he would be going back to his village, wherein he would think that he had a very had an acre of land, and he would be thinking that he would be selling that land, and with that money he will be opening up the restaurant. But when he would be reaching his village, that time he would be finding that his land has already been on uh, a loan, on a security deposit with bank, because his father has taken a loan against that particular land. So he did not have any way to uh, get some money by selling that land, and on top of it, his father will be expired when he will be reaching his village with his wife. So very pathetic situation, and they did not have since they are belonging to some other community, so they have to bury his father on that land which they have mortgaged with the bank. The bank, since they could not able to repay the loan amount, so the bank was completely on denial of allowing his father body to be buried on that particular land. So what do you do? He had nothing to, he had no other option. So all of a sudden somebody came up with an idea that if a dead body does not receive any association, then that dead body can be kept in morgue wherein the dead body are being kept for 1 week, and thereafter they will do their whatever procedures they have to bury that particular, or to what do you call, uh, destroy that body. Either they will burn it off, or they will bury it down, whatever they do. So they will initiate. So he would be having 1 week left, and prior to that he has to get some money, and that money has to be returned to bank such that he can take out the land which was on mortgage. So this is the whole story, and he did not have any money left. So what he would do, he would try to retrace his thief activity, but this time it won't be a theft activity, it would be a robbery on bank. So what he would decide that, since bank has played a deceitful game with them, they have taken a land on in exchange of money, and thereby, and obviously did some manipulations, and because of which they cannot able to repay that amount. And it happened with everybody in the village. So what they want so there are some of the there are very few people who actually thought that they should take some revenge against the bank. And some bank name is Union Bank. So, and this person whose father, the dead body is lying on street in custody with the police in morgue, and he has to get back that dead body such that he can bury it on the land, and but that land is on lease, uh, is in uh, is in custody of that particular bank only. So much problem surrounding him. So what he would do, he would decide that time has come to, he has to retrace his theft activity or robbery activity, and this time the robbery would happen on that particular bank itself. He's a he's an intelligent robber. So he would make his movements very cautiously. So every bank has, and this entire storyline is revolving in the 90s, wherein there is no smartphone, only telephone is there, and along with that there will be a emergency button. By pressing that emergency button, nearby police station will be informed. He knows the connection. So prior to do the robbery, will be making a visit in that particular bank, try to understand what kind of security protocols or security features are available in that particular bank. So he would come to understand that there is an emergency button which on the manager's desk, wherein they, by just pressing, within 10 minutes police will come. So, and there is a connection. So he would decide to strike off that connection and try to do the robbery. So he would start his first robbery in the night. So he'll wait inside the bank, and he is very good at chemistry. He did not use so much power. So he'll use normal chemicals through which he will completely break the lock. After entering the bank, he would find a bigger lock, wherein his knowledge of chemistry would not able to open that lock. He will try his best, try to he would be hammering continuously on that particular door of the lock, door of that what do you call, uh, the locker, but that door won't open. His all efforts will be in vain. So as he would be returning without any money. Every money is deposited inside that locker, and that locker has tremendous what do you call, security protocols or security features which is beyond anybody hand to break in. So he would be returning back, would be very upset that his first attempt of robbery inside a bank is a complete failure. Then all of a sudden he would realize that it is not at all possible to do the robbery, breaking that big locker with his kind of technology which he has, a small hammer and a small chemical. So he has to do the robbery in daytime, wherein the locker key will be in the hands of the manager or somebody in charge. So he would decide that in the daytime only he would be doing the robbery, and he would observe that it is in the story is in 90s, wherein every time whenever there will be a news 90s, wherein there will be a Gulf War being happened. So every time whenever there will be a news, everybody will come out of their shops and try to listen to the news. There will be one TV inside a locality, so everybody will be surrounding that TV, listening to the news. So he'll decide that the right time is when there will be a news in the daytime, when everybody will be just leaving their activities, going for listening that news only. So his first robbery will take place. His first robbery he will do in that time only. So he will initiate with his friends. Two friends would be supporting him, and that's it. So his first robbery will take place not so smoothly, but very normal way. That in between there will be a policeman who would be just coming to the bank wherein he would be doing the robbery. So he will be acting as a clerk inside the bank. So there will be a kind of tensions prevailing that time. What would happen? So that kind of feeling will make you engross more onto that movie. So very nicely done. So his first robbery will be successful, and thereafter he would understand that the manager or the in charge or the regional manager of that particular banks would be basically trying to do the robbery in his name only, and that's it. He would just think that since he is not able to uh, he's not doing the robbery, but on his name only robbery is happening. He's doing the robbery on his name. The bank manager is basically very much intelligent. He would be completely using his tactics to do the robbery, and in there will be a policeman who will completely is on a his time has come before retirement. He has only, I think, 1 year left before retirement. So he would be thinking that some way or the other he would get some case wherein he will get some publicity. So in that process, he will take this case, and this case would be completely like making him mad, because every time he would be trying to catch hold of that robber in the on that particular for that particular bank. He would understand that there happens another robbery just adjacent to that particular bank. So he was just being made perplexed. He did not know which bank to target, because moment he targets one bank, the other bank will be robbed. So this situation happens again and again, and Dhanush this time played amazing role in as a robber. And since it is not by his choice but just by compulsion, he has to take the money out of the bank and try to give the same money to the bank itself, such that he can take out the land which his father has mortgaged, such that he can bury his father's dead body on that land. So he has to go for money, and he did it finally. After taking out the money, he would realize that there are other people also who are suffering the same. So he'll do series of robbery of that particular bank, robbery in the same branded bank, but different branches. And that way he will be earning lot of money, and he will be giving the money to his villagers, such that they can take out their land, mortgaged land, from the bank. So that's it. Very simple story, and the policeman would come to know that Dhanush is the main robber, and since he knows that Dhanush is the main robber, and he would be thinking of taking him into custody, then he would realize that just by doing that he will become a god in front of the villagers, and his name uh, prior to retirement would be on Hall of Shame, not Hall of Fame. So he would decide to call off his uh, activity of taking Dhanush inside the jail, and he'll try to give him another chance. And since he already knew that the regional manager of that bank basically was initiating other robbery in Dhanush's name only. So uh, and as that would be a instance wherein the robbers being arranged by the regional manager would come to the same bank wherein the regional manager will be present, and in that process the robber will reveal that he is basically the leader of entire robbery. So the branch manager would try to escape, and in that process he will be having a deadly accident with the tractor. So he will be hospitalized, and since the policeman knew that everybody knew that he's the basically the main uh, culprit behind all this robbery, and Dhanush was doing the robbery also, but he is doing for the greater good. So he would decide that he would kill this regional manager and make the entire blame, or put the entire blame onto the regional manager, such that before retirement he gets his publicity, and thereby Dhanush will be allowed to escape. So this is a story. You have We have come across a story wherein out of compulsion you have to go for robbery, you have to go for negative activities, and probably nobody wants to be a thief. Everybody wants to do positive honest work, and probably because of compulsion, because of societal pressure, or because of environmental uh, untoward incident, you are being forced to do illegal activities. So this movie all revolves around that everybody wants to be on this on the positive side only. Nobody wants to be on the negative side, just because of societal unwanted elements would actually force them to do that kind of activity. So this is a central idea probably, and they have given a different perspective of a thief. Probably nobody has ever thought that a thief could be um, a person who is also having heart and who is also very honest, because in this movie you can see that Dhanush would be taking that much money only which he had to uh, return return back to bank only. So that shows he is honest also in terms of uh, if you talk about money robbery, if you talk about. So whatever it may be, the entire central idea is about making a giving you a different perspective, and perspective not in not being on the side of a positive environment, but on the negative environment. Being on the negative environment, still following a life, or for following a principle of honesty, is very difficult to do. But this time the director has tried to portray side of the that side of the society, wherein a negative within a negative element, how somebody wants to follow a positive attitude, which is very difficult to do, because within a positive attitude is easy to follow positive, but within a an element, following a positive attitude is very difficult. So very different perspective. You'd love the um, uneasiness in the movie, because you would feel that somebody will, and in fact you will feel like supporting the entire robbery, because the things which he is doing for the greater good, and probably for greater good sometimes a negative activities can be considered to be based for the greater good. Whatever it may be, the entire central idea is all about giving a different perspective about negative side of our society, and how these negative elements, or which we have to carry forward by remaining within the society, would be understood through this movie. All in all, it's a 4 out of 5 rating. Nuance perspective, difference perspective, and amazing direction. All the time you'd feel uneasy throughout the movie. You will be engrossed completely. You will be frozen. What will happen next? This kind of feeling will uh, make you inquisitive enough to go for the next moments. So all in all, a 4 out of 5 movie. Do watch this in a Netflix, and you would definitely love this movie. It's a family movie, and definitely kids will not love this movie too much, because the kind of tension which will bring along. But for adults, for family, it's very nice. So do watch this movie. That's all. If you feel like giving a thumbs up to this movie, please do so, and please subscribe my channel Ronnie's Identity in YouTube, and stay tuned for more updates and videos in the future. I have more than 480 videos, and would love to bring in newer videos in the future. Till then, I wish you nice morning. Bye.